There are the guys on the marquee. Grant Hill, Allen Iverson. Philadelphia with a 7-point lead, but here's Grant with a strip of D.C. That'll work. Now, what do you do if you lead the 4-on-1 break, Cheryl?
Oh, man, I'm telling you, you serve it up like this. Look at the run. Oh, behind your back. See ya.
Allen Iverson doing some work on Grant Long. Pistons put an 8-0 run together in the fourth period. They were down by 10 with a shade over 4 minutes to go. And here's Grant Hill just doing what he's supposed to do. Take over the game, refuse to lose, work on Mark Davis, and abuse him. Good night. It was a couple of free throws that put the Pistons up by 2. Closing ticks. Who do you go to? Lucius Harris for the tie, with Iverson watching, Stackhouse watching, Derek Coleman watching. And they watched their 3rd straight loss and the 3rd straight win for the Detroit Pistons of Doug Collins. They win it 83-81. Grant Hill, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists. And here's Grant Hill with a hard edge.
You know, I just got a little ticked off, a little pissed off, and because I wasn't playing well. And I said, hey, just forget about it. Let's soak it up and try to go. And that dunk really was a momentum shot for me. I hit the dunk, then I hit a jump shot, and I was feeling it. I wish we could keep playing.
Up top, they're up 3. Now Gerald Wilkins thinks he's outside the line, and he hoists a 3, but his toe was on it. So we're not tied. You're still down 1. And then in the closing ticks, Orlando down 3, got to inbound. Brian Shaw with a pass. Big old wingspan on Chris Webber, knocks it away. He put down 1 free throw, and that made the final score 96-92. The Washington Bullets, winners over the Orlando Magic. So the post-Shaq era begins in Orlando, and it begins with a rare loss at home. What did you make? The worst mark in the Eastern Conference. And there is Allen Iverson. And what a backcourt when you're teaming up with that guy, Jerry Stackhouse, who was working on Ray Allen. Johnny Davis, his first game as the Sixers' new head man, and Johnny Newman back for another season in the NBA, 43-38. Bucks on top for Chris Ford, a new job for him, too. Now watch Iverson go up top to Stackhouse. How pretty is this? I mean, you couldn't slow this down enough to appreciate it. What a great play. Stackhouse on the receiving end. And look at the serious springs on Iverson, 46-45, Sixers on top. Ray Allen, the first-round pick, missing the alley-oop. And on the other end, it's Derek Coleman, who had 25. How about this team? 85-73, though, is the Milwaukee lead. Elliott Perry, look at Sox from way out there, 90-84 Bucks. Another kid, Ray Allen, a very clutch bucket in this one. Gave the Bucks a 102-98 lead. John Thompson not real thrilled because Allen Iverson's guys came up on the short end of this as Chris Ford and Ray Allen talk it over, and they talk over a Buck victory as they go to the new place in Philly and win 111-103. The Bucks winners over the Sixers. You talk about mirror images. Take a look at the nights that Vin Baker and Derek Coleman had, each with 25 points, each with 13 boards. Baker 7 out of 18 free throws and field goals, and Coleman hitting 7 out of 17. The San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves going tonight. There's Stephon Marbury. Just 5 minutes into his career, he goes down. He stepped on the foot of Cadillac Anderson of the Spurs when he came down. Twisted the right ankle, left for a while, tried to come back, aggravated it, left again for the rest of the night. Minnesota got a big night out of Tom Gugliotta. Knocking down a jumper, 14 points in the first quarter. Good to see Dominique Wilkins back in the league after hanging out in Greece. And Neek going off the glass for a couple. Kevin Garnett. Teen Wolf got that little Michael Jordan thing going there where he's backing in like that, knocks the thing down. Minnesota was 6-point lead, 17 points on the night for Kevin Garnett. That's James Robinson, new Timberwolf, who knocked it down. He had 15. There's Dominique again, and things getting a little tight for Kevin McHale. Watching his bunch go, and oh, Tom Gugliotta to the rescue. He had 24 points on the night. And for Kevin McHale, that feels a lot better. Take my word for it. There was an adorable shot of him with his son again, but once is enough. 82-78. But there's Sharif Abdur-Rahim, their #1 pick. And he takes it strong into the paint. Runner off the glass. Go to the third quarter. Arvydas Sabonis. This guy has just such a great feel for the game. Oh, look at that nice feed inside to Rasheed Wallace, part of a 16-0 Portland run. Kenny Anderson, 20 points in his Portland debut. You know, if the defender gets up in the air, Kenny will blow right by him. And then on the break, Reggie Jordan to the cat-quick Chris Dudley. Blazers with a 21-point lead at that point. How tough it is to change clothes that quickly. John Calipari making his New Jersey debut tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mark West on the feed from Bob Sura. Terrell Brandon, it was going to be this kind of a night for Jersey because at the half, nothing but twine for Terrell. 53-39 was the count in favor of the Cavs. Kerry Kittles launched a three, only had 5 points in 23 minutes in his first NBA game. Khalid Reeves got kicked out of practice by Calipari this week, responded with 17 points, hitting all 5 of his three-pointers. Hey, kick me out again, coach. Brandon over Jason Williams. Terrell had 25 on the night, and come on, is that going? Yeah, it is. 13-point lead, and it winds up a 13-point margin. The Cavs of Mike Fratello, 90-70. Bill Fitch, 24th year on an NBA bench. Malik Sealy is blocked by Joe Smith. Derek Martin, a nice little half quarter there at the half. Or at the end of the first quarter, 29-27. Latrell Sprewell, a 29-point, 13-rebound night. It's the three-pointer. Loy Vaught, 19 points and 14 rebounds. Another solid night for Loy Vaught. And Bo Outlaw off the Martin miss, dunking it home. The Los Angeles Clippers are tied with the LA Lakers for first place in the Pacific Division. 97-85 is the final score. The Clippers out at Western Forum, and it comes from that guy making his debut. This was the first basket for Shaquille O'Neal en route to a 23-point, 14-rebound night, and the Lakers a 96-82 win over the Phoenix.
Vlade's departure freed up cap room for Shaquille O'Neal's mega $120 million deal. So we're all caught up now, right? All right, good. The Lakers looking for a 4-0 start tonight at the Hive. That didn't happen. Hey, guys, how you been? Vlade catching up with the boys. They're Corey Blunt and Nick Van Exel, but Shaquille O'Neal had something for him, too. A big forearm shiver in the first quarter, and Shaq drawing the tee. Now Matt Geiger showing what would be a sign of things to come. The three-pointer for Matt in the early Charlotte lead. Shaq has an answer. Shaq has a follow, and then Shaq has the poke. 41-33 Lakers at the half. Anthony Mason, though, showing the hand, loves to put the ball on the floor, and then the reverse layup, 57-53 Hornets. For Matt Geiger, you couldn't stop him outside or inside. Geigs with a big follow-up there. 61-60 Hornets in control. Yeah, by a point. Eddie Jones with a fast break and the finish. 72-69. The Hornets still with a lead later in the fourth. The ex-Laker Tony Smith, the layup from Mason. And it's the Hornets with a 5-point lead. Shaq, double team, bad pass. And Del Curry, to stroke that three-pointer. 81-71. Hornets open up the 10-point lead. Then Van Exel, not Van Exel, off the iron. Del Harris doesn't like it at all. Cedric Ceballos, he'll try it from three-point land, and that's not there either. Look at the Hornet bench. It pretty much tells the story as the Hornets scoring a 10-point win over the Lakers. The Lakers scored 11 points in the fourth quarter and losing their first of the year. Geiger, who hit 8 three-pointers in his career, at 4 tonight. And Matt Shaq's numbers with 22 points and 10 rebounds. Lakers coming off that win last night over the Knicks. You've got to play back-to-back games. Here's Anthony Mason, both looking for their first win of the year. This is the Fleet Center. Reggie Miller in pregame, ready to go.
Oh, yeah, just filling it in from long distance. Hey, turn around and give a shout-out to the Boston crowd.
We love the interaction with the fans. That's what makes the NBA unique. And then, nice shot by Reggie. He's got a double clutch it there and gets it to go. He had 18 in the first quarter by himself. The Celtics had 17 in the first. They outscored him. Eric Dampier, first game back after the hernia surgery, not there. Antonio Davis was to follow it up. Now the third quarter, and Boston gets hot, real hot. So did Eric Williams, who had 16 in the quarter. The nice turnaround jumper, 62-51. Indiana still in front. And kind of a crazy, wacky, kooky go-nuts play, Cheryl.
Can somebody just pick up the ball, please?
Dino Raja does just that. Somehow that bank shot goes. Indiana's lead is down to 7. Now Boston breaking. David Wesley, Antoine Walker, and Dino Raja with a finish. 70-66, Boston in front. That's right. Indy outscored 38-8 in the third quarter. But Indiana managing to stay close. Dale Davis drives the lane and dunks. But Boston had the answer. And Dana Barros with a feed to Dino Raja with two hands, and Boston is a winner over Larry's crew, 94-84. Celtics 1-2. The Pacers fall to 0-3. Big 38-8, as we said, third quarter run there. Raja had 23 points, 11 rebounds. Eric Williams, 16 of his 18 came in the third. Reggie had 28, but 18 of those came in the first quarter. Afterwards, Dana Barros talked about things. Dallas keeping it close. Oliver Miller finding Jim Jackson for the three. 41-38 Pistons in the second. Third quarter now. Otis Thorpe. Big one-handed slam, 53-41 Pistons. Then Stacey Ogden. Now Lindsey Hunter. That's Lindsey Hunter for the three-pointer. 59-45. Pistons and Jimmy Clemens. He's looking for some answers. And all he got, more Piston productivity. Long baseball pass. Otis Thorpe to Ogden. The easy slam. Pistons are up by 16. Time running out in the third. Lindsey Hunter driving in, and it's the layup that goes. 71-54 Detroit. Pistons getting all kinds of help tonight from everywhere. Michael Curry with a good finish there. And big win without Grant Hill tonight. 103-84, staying perfect are the Pistons at 4-0. It's their best start since an 8-0 getaway in 88-89. Now, last year they started their first 4 games 1-3. All right, Spurs at US Air to meet the Bullets. Chris Webber is going to have a monster night in this game. Webber working hard, following up his own miss and a big putback. Bullets had a 2-point lead in the second quarter. Later in the second, Spurs are up by a deuce, and Neek capping off a 14-6 run at the end of the first half. So the Spurs have a 4-point halftime lead. In the third, Juwan taking care of his boy, Chris. The big slam there, 56-54 Bullets. Then Juwan Howard just goes up and takes it out of the sky. And the putback. And the Bullets have a 6-point lead. Now in the fourth, hey, it's not very nice. In the fourth quarter, 70-67 Bullets. And frightening moment for Vinny Del Negro. Look at that left knee buckle at his sprained ankle right there. That's not good for the Spurs who have injury problems with Robinson and Person and Purdue. And Chris Whitney, big three-pointer. Tracy Murray also. And when the Bullets weren't hitting from outside, Chris Webber was there all night long.
Nice pass.
96-86. Bullets with a win. Despite a season-high 86 from the Spurs, Webber had 22 points, a career-high 21 rebounds. Juwan 22, Strickland 16. The Spurs, Elliott led him with 18. And Vancouver at Milwaukee tonight. This is 0-3 Vancouver against 2-0 Milwaukee. In the fourth quarter, looks like a 3-0 Milwaukee, 0-4 Vancouver. Right.
Damon Stoudemire against the early season favorite this year, Iverson. Iverson, the Sixers looking for win number 4 in a row. Early one, Stoudemire schools Iverson on the sweet crossover, but blows the layup. Damon just 8 of 28 shooting. Iverson, though, 3 straight butter, 11 points in the first half, but he has to play defense better than this. Stoudemire blows by him again, but again, he cannot hit the layup. Luckily, Damon got fouled. Iverson on offense. Player's going to pull up for another triple. Rookie, booyah! 5 of 11 from 3 world. Still first half, 76ers by 5. Lucius Harris with the steal, gives it up to Iverson. Oh, showing off. Kid had 24 points and 3 assists. Stoudemire's shot was off, but his aim was not. Runs the floor. Carlos Rogers, sweet alley-oop. Walk the house. That's 6 assists so far. Carlos had 20 points. Time winding down. Look at Damon Stoudemire. Just raises the roof. 2 guys draped in his face. Guy's 5'10". He hits the buzzer beater for the half. 21 points, 12 assists for Stoudemire. Second half, more youngsters. Number 2 pick Marcus Camby. Gangsta slaps number 1 pick Allen Iverson. Damon Stoudemire gets the ball, goes the distance. Jack at the rack, ring it up. 5 blocks in the game for Camby. More Camby. Stoudemire, the outlet pass. Women, children, and Jerry Stackhouse, get out of the way. Oh, that's ill. Marcus had 23. Iverson can just watch. Raptors win at 110-98 in the matchup of number 1 and number 2. Number 2 wins. Camby spent most of the evening being guarded by Derek Coleman, who outweighs him by 50 pounds, and I'm being kind. And he showed no fear. Said teammate Carlos Rogers of Camby, quote, I don't think he's afraid anymore. Took him a few games to get the shakes out. Toronto gets a franchise high.